Hey guys, it's Kara from thatbeautyaddict.com, and today I want to show you how you can do contouring and highlighting by using a foundation powder and your setting powder. So let's get started. So to save time, I've already done my makeup and concealer, and the makeup I used is Unique's Stick Foundation, which is going to give you more of a medium to buildable. You can actually get a little more of a full coverage look with this foundation, but I went for more of a medium glowy look. So I used the stick foundation, and I used my concealer, and the concealer I used just around my eyes and a little bit on my forehead and a little bit on the ends and the top ridge of my nose and a little bit above my lip and my chin. Just as a little bit of a highlighted area, so my face wouldn't be so, one color. So anyway, I used those two products. And then I used our Behold setting spray, which if you've seen a video that I did in the past, I showed you how when you put your makeup and your concealer on, if your concealer has a tendency to cake up, especially like in the fine lines, I told you to use a setting powder, spray your face, and then spray a little bit on your ring finger and pat in the areas where you have fine lines, which I have them around my eyes, on my upper lip area, and a little bit up here. So if you pat it in the setting spray, it helps to get rid of that, when it gets in the fine lines and gives you that sort of crepey look. So that was the tip that I gave you last time when I did my video. So I've done all that. Now we're going to take it one step further, and I'm going to show you how you can actually use powders for contouring without making your face look like it's too powdered. So I'm going to start off with our newest foundation powder. We just launched this last month, and it's called the Unique Touch Complexion Plus Foundation Powder. And what I love about this is when you open it, I almost messed up and opened it before I told you. But when you open it, watch what happens. It almost looks like it's sticking its tongue out at you. And it has a sponge. So if you want to put your makeup in your handbag and you're on the run, it has a great sponge that you can just whip out and use on your face to touch up your face. And this does give a flawless full coverage. I don't particularly use the sponge because I don't like using a lot of powder on my face, which right now I have no powder on my face. The glow you see is foundation, concealer, and just my setting spray. But I am going to use a little bit of powder in areas of my face for a more contoured look, but without powdering my entire face to make it look so heavily powdered. And if you use this powder foundation with a brush, you will get less coverage. It's buildable. The more you put on, the more it'll go on. But once again, today I'm just using it as a contour. So this is my shade, Satin, and I'm just going to take my powder brush. This brush is a must-have, by the way. And let me just get rid of my hair a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm just putting it right here on my cheek to contour. I've got a squeaky chair. I don't know if you hear that. It's my chair. But oh my God, that's so annoying. But anyway, this is what I'm doing. Sounds like fireworks. And I'm just putting it right here. Okay, once again, I'm not putting it everywhere. Putting it on the hollows of my cheek. Just right in the hollow. where I would do contouring and maybe a little blush. That's all I'm doing. Then what I'm going to do, because I have a square face, I'm going to put right here, because as you can see, my hairline, it goes like this to a point, and then it goes straight down. I don't have a traditional square face because my face is thin here. It's not that wide, but here to here, it's square-like. So you want to soften, because you want, the ideal face is a oval face. So I'm going to go in there with my foundation powder, and I'm just going to soften this area right here where those points are. Once again, only in those areas where I'm putting the powder. I'm not putting it everywhere. And like I said, this is buildable. And when I put the powder on, I kind of like to do sweeping, but also stippling. I kind of like go like this a lot. I feel like I have more control when I do that. So I like to sort of stipple it on and then brush it out a little bit. Okay. Also, I'm going to take my powder, put a little bit on my nose. Actually, I'm going to use a different brush for that. I'm going to use this brush. This is not a brush that I sell, but I love this brush. And I'm going to go in here and do a little contouring on my nose. Now you can even go with a darker powder if you want strong contouring on your face, like that real, where people do really strong. I personally think it's a little bit animated sometimes when it's too dark. So I prefer to not use such a dark powder. You also would need to blend it really well. Otherwise you would have a lot of light and dark all over. I prefer to go softer with my contour and my highlighting so that it does the job, but at the same time, it's not that noticeable. I also like to go a little bit on my eyelid, like in the crease of my eye. And soften my jaw. And also bring it down on the neck. So go in on the jawline. And then bring it down a little bit, just so that everything matches. Then what I like to do is, this is our newest Prime and Set powder. We also have a Touch Behold translucent. The difference between this and our other Touch Behold translucent is this will prime and set your foundation, whereas the other translucent we have only sets. So you can actually use this as a primer before you do your foundation and then go back over your face and set it. It also has like a wet cooling sensation, and with summer coming up, this will be your best friend because it's going to feel cool when you put it on your face and sort of dewy. So it actually will calm and cool the skin down, especially if you are a little bit hot. So I'm going to use this powder I'm going to use as my highlighter. And once again, it's not going to be a dramatic highlight, but it's obviously translucent. So it's not going to be as dark as the other. So I'm going to go in there and just highlight some of the areas on my face. I am going to put a little bit around my eye And what I like about this is because it's a translucent, it's not gonna really deposit color the way the other powder foundation will. That is gonna deposit a lot of color. So I'm just going in there like this. In the areas, like I said, where I just want a little bit of highlight. And I have small lips, so I like to highlight my lips, because once I do my lip liner and my lipstick, then my lips will look bigger. So I just did my highlighter, and I got a guest. I used my Touch Behold, and I used that not only to set but to highlight right on my forehead, my nose, around my eyes, my upper lip, and my chin. And I used my powder foundation right here on the hollows of my cheek, up here where I have that hard corner right there to soften that area, and on my jawline. I did a little bit on the sides of my nose and brought it down on my neck. And then, boom, I'm back. And the makeup is done. So I just wanted to, like I said, show you how you can do contouring and highlighting using a foundation powder and a translucent powder, or this is actually a prime set powder, but a translucent powder. I did the rest of my makeup, and as you can still see where the contouring areas are. Of course, I have blush on, but it just emphasizes more when you put your blush on and where the areas are where I contoured, and then where the highlighted areas are. It just brings it out when you do the rest of your makeup. So anyway, I hope you liked my little tip for the day. And if you have any questions whatsoever, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm going to put all my information down below, and the products I used, as well as the after makeup that I used if you're interested in that. Also information where you can get in touch with me if you have questions, or just need a little bit more information about the products I used. That will also be in my description. If you're watching this on Instagram, my bio has my links where you can get in touch with me, as well as my makeup links. So I hope you enjoyed my video, and I hope to talk to you all soon. Bye.